Hey guys, Plant Doctor here. On this week's edition, what I wanted to do is show you around my backyard nursery. So I'm going to turn the camera around and we'll get started, and I'm going to walk you through a few little things that I would recommend if you were going to do a backyard nursery. Okay, just a quick video scan here. It's not a big area, but I do have a 50% shade cloth over on this side, and then over here this is my sun area. So I've kind of got two areas here. I've got a sun area, and then over here on this fenced in side I have a shaded area, so I can grow full sun or shade plants, either one. The floor, what I've done here, this is crusher run, and it makes things real nice and neat. It never gets real muddy back here because I've got this crusher run down. And this is really all this is about one truckload. And when I say truckload, this is a pickup load. I occasionally need to come in here and spray Roundup and knock out. This is a little bit of POA coming up. It's early spring here. So it makes cleaning things up, weed control, very, very easy. I do live in a neighborhood that has an HOA, and so one of the things that I had to talk about with my HOA before I actually did this was like, hey, I want to do this. Am I violating any bylaws? And they're like, no, just keep it behind the house. So you can see here, you can't see it from the road. I have the road's over there. They said we don't want to see it from the road. And then if you could enclose it, and that's what I did here. I've got this privacy fence up, so from the outside you don't even know what's back here. The only people that know what's back here are my neighbors to either side of me, and that's just because I walked them back here. But what do I have going on back here? Let's take a look at a few things. This is some Japanese maples that I have. I've grafted all of these. I've got garnet and Twombly's red sentinel. I've got bloodgood, Germain's gyration, Sengu kaku, and a few others in here. And then everything else in here, this is stuff I'm going to plant in the backyard this spring. I've got some Astilbes, all sorts of Hostas. I've got, I don't know, maybe a dozen cultivars of Hostas here that I'm going to plant. I'll do a video on those later in the year once the hostas and the ferns come up in the garden area. I've got some camellias that I've propagated. The sasanquas, some of those aren't looking too great. Some of them are okay, but this is Camellia japonica debutante. I'll probably plant some of those over on the full sun side. Alright, so I've got some emerald green arborvitae that I took. Those are cuttings. I've got some Forsythia cuttings that I've taken. They look really nice. I've got some tetraploid daylilies excuse me, coming in. And then I've got some annuals started as well. I've got some marigolds, some vinca. It's a little early here in Alabama to be planting these. So I keep them back here. If we have a night where we might have a frost, what I'll do is put them underneath this shade cloth, and I'll actually lower this shade cloth down on top of everything and use these cinder blocks that you see to keep the shade cloth over the top of everything. And as long as we don't go below like 30, 28, somewhere in there, that's more than enough to keep the frost off of them. And then I have some daylilies I've divided out as well. So these are Stellidae or daylilies. I have my pot pile over here, so anytime I need to pot something up, I've got some pots ready to go. But it's all tucked away so nobody can see it. Nice and neat. Once again, we have a crush and run floor so things don't get muddy. You could also use like a black fabric, something like this, like a shade cloth you could put down. That would work for a few years, but then you're eventually going to have to replace it because it would break. But anything to help keep the weeds down, help keep the mud down is ideal. But that is my little backyard nursery area. I just wanted to show you guys. If you have questions or comments, please put them in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to answer those. Once again, this is the Plant Doctor, and we'll see you soon.